What's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I don't know, and I don't care. Hey Flock and Model Railroaders, I want to show you the concepts that I'm working on for my new basement workshop and train room. And I'm going to take it from this disaster that you see behind me to something like this. So let me show you how I got there. So I'm using a program called floorplanner.com, and it's a free program, which I looked at a ton of them. All I wanted to do was draw two-dimensional plans, spatial layouts, put my workbench in, that kind of stuff, draw walls, draw concepts, and CAD was just too much. I didn't want CAD. And the other programs like Visio would have worked, OneNote would have worked, but I wanted something a little simpler. And I found floorplanner.com, and you can sign up and get a free account, and you can do limited things with it, but it does let you do three-dimensional things. So what I was able to do was drop a picture of my floor plan in on the background, and then drew out my walls and basic shape of my basement and the existing wall that's already here. So this is a 50-foot by 30-foot, and you come down the stairs basically from the garage down into this semi-finished room down here, and then there's just a door into this area back here. I have my hot water heater, the waste pipe, the water in pipes, and the electrical panel in here. There's some supports for the first floor that are here, posts. This up here in the corner is the sump pit. I drew the windows in. There's a double door that's existing out to a walkout patio that's there. So basically that's what I started with. I don't need to save this because I didn't change anything, but thank you for asking. So I went through each of these options, and I'd love to get your feedback and which one you like the most. This was my first start. Come down the stairs, kept this room the same. This room becomes storage. This is my shop area, kind of an L-shaped. And then this room in the top right, which is about 15 by 20, roughly, 15 by 30, is the train room, or the future train room. So it kind of uses some existing stuff, but I wanted to add a few things that there are a few requirements, and maybe I don't do them right away, but maybe down the road. Add a bathroom down here. Make it so that when you come down the steps, you're not going through the storage area. So that was option 1A, and I'm not even going to do a walkthrough for that. We're going to go right to 2B. And we're going to look at 2B. So 2B, I widened the shop a lot. I kept the room that you come down the stairs the same. The storage room you still walk through, but the shop got widened, and I added a little bathroom back here. So let's do a quick walkthrough on this one. This is the cool part. So I'm going to go right where we're standing right now, and we'll look back this way. So basically this is the same room that you're looking at. The windows are there. You can see them on either side of me, right? If I move the right way. This countertop, which looks like a bar in this picture, is actually 20 feet of countertop that I already have. So I really want to use that. I already have it. That's kind of my work area. The bottom part of this won't be here. There's nothing there, and I adjusted that in some other pictures later on. So this is a good layout, I think, for the shop. I didn't add any other features to this, just kind of an idea. I probably will sit right in front of this window, which is the back window behind me. And then this is then looking from that position back towards the doors that are there. And then this is the train room over here. So this is option, what was this? This is 2B. So option 2B. And yeah, things are a little messed up there in the corner. I wasn't really worried about that. I was just messing around with some stuff. So 3C, things are starting to get a little more real. I reversed the steps for the first thing. So you come down into this room with the steps actually coming out of the house rather than the garage. And you come down into this room, which is, call it a home gym for right now. This is also where my cats live at night. Then there's a hallway going back with a storage area and then a door into the shop. This is starting to get a little more real. The bathroom is here. And I laid out some things in the shop so you can get a better feel for what this looks like. So let's take you into the three-dimensional view of this. And we'll go right from where we are right now again. Looking back. So I do want a workbench in the middle. That's probably going to be this workbench that I have right here. It's on wheels. I originally was planning to have my 3D printer over here. This is a good spot, fairly good spot, because there's a dehumidifier running right by the sump pit. But I do want to add another 3D printer down the road, and I have another device that's coming as well. I'm not really liking the layout because it doesn't give a lot of room if you're moving big pieces through. So this is kind of cool. Whoops, I went too far. This is kind of cool from where my desk will be. But again, I'm kind of backed up against a wall. I'm in this little cubby hole. There's a lot of corners. I'm going to run into a lot of things. So it's a good design. Doesn't leave me a lot of room to function. Again, that's a bathroom right there, which will be down the road. It won't be right away. The one I worked on later, though, don't save. Didn't make any changes. Don't ask me to save. Was 4D, 4 Delta. The steps are reversed again from the original plan. I moved this wall over a little bit. So the cat room, training room is a little smaller. The bathroom got moved over. The hallway, I don't really like hallways, so I widened this out a little bit to be kind of multifunctional. Drastically reduces my storage though. So the question is, can I survive with that little amount of storage? I do like the shop though. It ended up working out really good, I think, for the layout. And I'll take you through that room real quick here. So again, we'll start in the corner. There we go. So this is the same view that you're seeing behind me. This is the same view I showed in the beginning of the video. As you can see, this is now just a countertop across. Instead of this piece on the countertop here that's just represented as a table, that is actually going to be a spray booth for models. It's near the window, so I thought that was convenient. Under the counter over here, which looks like a hot water heater, which it actually is, but I'm representing it as my air compressor for the air tools for the spray booth, as well as any air tools that I want to use on the workbench. There aren't any there right now. I also made space for a drill press. This workbench will have an extension for my miter saw. I don't have a miter saw in this drawing, so this is what it represents. But the workbench can also serve a purpose to put my vise on and grinder. Back here in the corner, that's my tool chest. Pegboards on the wall, obviously. Down here is where my computer is going to be. I'm going to have 3 monitors so I can compete with Heath. And see, I already put some stuff on the workbench here that I'm working on. Back here is probably the biggest change. So these 3 tables represent 3 3D printers. One is one existing, one will be new that I'm adding, and another new one down the road. I think this space makes it very usable because I could always move this table and bring it over here next to this pole and open this space up for storage. In this rendition I have a shelf kind of behind me for storage. And again, the window in this area will be used for ventilation for the printer, the 3D printers that are over here that need it. Definitely the resin printer and the other device, which is to be determined, which is another video. So this is kind of my favorite so far. Again, when you move out into this hallway, it's a nice wide hallway. And here's the cat room slash workout room with the steps facing the other direction. First door on your left is the bathroom, the next one is the storage room. So back into the shop. That's a nice bench to be working on, building stuff. And then again, here's the train room. To be determined, that layout, but I'm thinking around the wall with a peninsula, maybe a G or an S layout. To be determined, and discussion for another time. But my question for today is, which design do you like the best? What changes would you make? Where would you put things? What rearrangements would you do? My idea for the shop is that this will stay even after the train room is done. I would like to work on some other projects as well. So this is kind of the workshop for other projects other than just model railroad stuff. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate your likes, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay guys, thank you, full steam ahead.